do things ourselves and rely on ourselves for love instead of letting God, who is the source of love and true love, live in us. And then, like, He's supposed to be the source and giver, an example for how love works. And we try and define love ourselves.
I enjoyed what Keith said about like deserving love. In a large sense, we kind of define like what can be loved. Like, oh, you can love a person who does this, but you can't love a person who does this. When you find like what is lovable about a person, we kind of like put ourselves through like these barriers. You know, oh, I do this, God doesn't love this, God couldn't love me for this, and we just keep putting down these other things. And just a big long list of reasons why God wouldn't love us, why we think we don't deserve His love, and we get to the conclusion that He doesn't, but He does. And that's because He sees past the entire list, and it's because we're His creation.
Thank you, Calvin. James, I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, I have to agree with what Drew said about Drew and Tally. It's like a lot of times it's like that go with the flow mentality. When you don't really have the patience, or you know that God has something different for you, but you really want this now. And like what Josh said, it's a lot of times it's people don't know anything different. They see all their friends around them, and they just want what they have, so they do whatever it takes. They can't get out of their own way, and they want it now, and they'll cause whatever problems, when all they have to do is just wait for God's timing. Because you really want what God has best for you. I mean, why would you do all this now and cause all these issues that you don't have to go through when you can just wait for God and let Him lead you to where He wants to go? And like my dad would say, the shortest way between two distances is a straight line. So you just wait on God and let Him take you on a straight path and going on an emotional roller coaster. But you don't have to.
Emotional roller coaster.
Some people might have thought about it, but then they may think, oh, what might sound better? They could say, oh yeah, I'm dating God. They'd be like, exactly. So they'd be like, what? And they're like, oh, I'm dating so-and-so. So it's, maybe people have thought about doing it and then didn't really care about it, but they just got one just to say, hey, I'm dating somebody. I'm not just dating one person, when they really should be.
It might sound kind of weird to say, God is your boo or something like that. These are good answers, guys. TJ, Julianne. I'll put mine, Julianne. About what? Why do we go to people in relationships instead of going to God first to get our needs met? Because God can't talk back to you if you have questions about something, or if you're trying to find somebody to relate to. God can't talk back to you and give you the answer. That's good. I've heard a lot of people say that.
Okay, he can give you the answer, but he doesn't like to speak. But our conversation.
Yeah, I get you. Good. So some of these answers have to do with what I was going to say anyway, so that's good. The first reason I was going to give was guilt. And that's what I think Keith and Talon agreed with. Because when you're with another person, you both make mistakes and you both mess up, right? So you don't really feel bad about yourself because they have struggles too, they mess up too. But when it comes to God, we always hear about how He's perfect and He's holy, and how the punishment for sin is death, and it's eternity apart from Him in hell. So we know that we mess up and we make mistakes, so why would we want to go to someone who we think is fed up with us, or who we think is just waiting there to judge us, and who's disappointed with us if we've messed up in certain areas? You're not going to want to go to someone if you feel like they're that way. Because Hebrews 4:13 says, no creature is hidden from God's sight, but all are naked and exposed to the eyes of him to whom we must give account. What does it mean to give an account for something? You can just say it from where you're sitting.